or rather the other way around as well, that if the documentation is done, essentially that the implementation may not be done very correctly. That is something that sounded good.
Yeah, as you're telling that we should do a documentation and go for an implementation. But my point of view is that documentation is still in the documented state only. It's not being used. Either you do first or second, it's not being used up. Like government follows many laws, pass many laws, they document the things, but it's just a process that is being used, not being automated. So things that customer, the end users won't get it in the final stage. This I want to say.
So I have a question to you.
Yeah.
So in this fast-moving pace, it takes a lot of time for documentation.
Yes.
People are not very inclined towards documentation, right? So now, if we do documentation first, it is not very so sweet time. In the meanwhile, the technology may change. The process may evolve. So you never get time, for automation. So you just keep on doing documentation.
Okay, one thing is we can see here Agile. Agile also needs documentation. It is not that something like waterfall model we want to follow every time. We need to have dynamics. We need to have some kind of dynamics in documentation also. So it is not necessary that it is all the compartments are made. This is the first phase, second phase, third phase and this thing. Stop there? No. It can be broken down into different projects. We'll have parallel kind of working on documentation. It will have its own versioning. There can be a tool for document control and authorization and all the requirement for documentation. So I agree with you that if we just focus on documentation in a compartment way, that will just result in delay. But the parallel thinking on documentation will help us to process it in dynamic.
Like an example of a software development you are doing. An SLA or a requirement analysis has been done. Just requirement analysis is done and then start a designing phase and a coding stage has been done. When coding starts, after that only a particular document has been done, how the process will go. After the automation, the coding of the documentation will start. Like you just check any software, you see the help option, how to use the software. So after doing an automation, the software is being shown how the process is being done. So it's first coming the process automation, then comes the documentation, how the process flows.
But still, whatever you want to do coding, it needs a basis. So and it has to be documented. So first thing is documentation, then only we can think about automation. And another thing is like if you want to do validation, against what you are going to validate that code. Because it has to be some documented requirements which gives. So exactly documentation first, then only
some documentation. It's talking about full documentation first or process or automation.
No, it's a process
I
documentation.
like to repeat the topic is which comes first. That is the core subject, documentation automation. It's not about quantity. So my question to you, and then I'll have a question to you is, you mentioned about file of books, etc. I don't know from where you collected data of file of books. The process could be in one document. Second, that was a comment. Now my question to you, you gave an example about SLA. So can you tell me if you are signing a multi-million-dollar with a customer and the customer says, I'm not going to pay you based on resources but SLA, and if you don't document and directly go in action, how is that deal going to be signed and how are you going to action on that? If it is an SLA-based model, could you answer my question on that?
If you need to present an SLA and the client, the multi-million-dollar, then you might be seeing the last previous projects that might be done with a good automation. You might not see the documented part. If you don't require, like the many companies don't go for the, talking about working as a freelancer I did, they're not just seeing the projects that have been automated, they're not seeing the documented part. But just SLA, the client has been approved that go and just carry on the projects. So,
to say the customer is going to accept your proposal based on no SLA documented or
SLA is maintained, but it's not. It is maintained, but it is not. Depends on the organization to organization. It depends on if you are good at your automation part and it's been put in the market itself for the last 1 decade, then client should go proceedly that go ahead and do the automation. They don't prefer to go for the documentation first or wait for an SLA to complete, because it takes time. Like company wants that quick development to be done in a particular project, and if SLA takes around 2 to 3 months, within that other companies start building the projects. So it's a loss for the company itself. So start working on the projects depending on the company scenario, company standard. It happens.
Mr. Mohan, one question for you. As Sri pointed out, in this fast-paced technological world where there's a lot of marriage of hardware and software, so technology keeps on changing fast. Let's assume you are a CTO of a very, very big multimedia or let's say entertainment company, and the company has big plans to expand in Asia Pacific. And you as a CTO of the company says, we don't care, your key result area is to implement everything in 3 months. What would you do, documentation first or technology implement?
Okay, I can look at the 3 levels here. One thing is strategic part. Second thing is the tactical part, and third one is operational part. So certainly at high level, strategic part, I should have documents that how we are going from where to where. Tactical part also to some extent documentation is there. I think operational part, maybe I can say that people are used to it, how to use that, say multimedia things and things. So maybe that documentation I can do after the automation. But as a base, I will have some documentation at strategic level and tactical level. Okay, I just wanted to point out, he has talked about RTI and ineffectiveness, but I can see RTI as effective because these many scandals or something has come out because of RTI. Even there are very active groups in Pune who can show us how RTI was effective. For example, telephone bills were not given on time and you need to refund. This thing was very much highlighted by RTI group. And there are many examples where RTI has become effective.
For a moment, so for a moment, I would say that if you were in Nishant's place, and if you have to switch gears, can you not defend the argument in terms of the process as automation has to come first? Can you talk about that?
Okay. Thanks.
First you, then second.
Okay, thank you very much. If we look at the world today, there are tools. For example, if I want to look at the testing, we have IBM person, so I can say rational. If I want to invest in rational, it's a strategic investment for $1 million. And I will not look for one process or something. I will look for some kind of suite and look at how it can be a wide scope. If I take testing, it is not just functional testing, but it has to be non-functional testing, test management, test data management, maybe static testing. So it has wide scope. And if I want to bring efficiency in this, I will look for the tools first. Because just documenting these processes will not help me. And this is $1 million investment, or in India it is crores, in crores. So first thing is, I would like to have a look at the tools, how it will help me, what will be their ROI. This thing, because investment is very high, whereas process documentation investment is not much. I put one person, he will do the thing and it will come out. So very basic, going back to the tools, first tools, and then look at what kind of features are there. And if I can compare HP, IBM and other tools. And also someone can say, no, you did not go to this big multinational, you can go for the freeware or open source. But open source is that way not free, because we need to maintain, and there is a high cost during maintenance. So there is nothing called free lunch. Of course we had today. But in reality, there is no free lunch. So if you want to go for any kind of process implementation, think about what kind of tools are available in the market, how we can look at the features. Another thing is, if we look at the Remedy or other ITSM tools, HP is also having. So what we can see is that if I want to implement this, say, incident process, I may think of automation with your own development and things. But if you look at the suite, it should give whole picture of ITSM. And to some extent, some kind of automation in every pocket of the different processes, or whole, I can say the ITSM different processes. So we can look at the whole, this holistic approach will come. Whereas if I think just, I will document incident management process and automate, then it will not give the exact. So you will just doing in a small pockets. So I think tool is very important. First you look at the tool,